Hello everybody, it's Jen again. I thought I would talk at y'all today. We're trying something a little different here at my desk at the house. We have a special supervisor today. This is Mr. Auggie. He has become quite the spoiled lap cat in his senior days. So he will be here just as long as he wants to be or until my legs fall asleep, either one. Y'all believe he's a lap cat? Those y'all that have been with me for years, y'all know I used to be able to look at this cat and he was like, really? Like he was not fond of me. And now he's just become such a sweet little senior. But I'm trying to fit filming in as I can. I've been talking about this and we're trying this out. So today I'm going to talk at y'all just about things I'm keeping in mind for the new year. I don't know. I don't really make resolutions or really strict goals or anything like that, but I just thought I would touch base, tell y'all kind of where I'm at, what I'm working toward, blah blah blah, and just talk at y'all a minute. I'm trying to figure out different ways, like I said, to fit filming into my schedule, and we're trying this out. What do you think, supervisor? Just a little note on Auggie. Oh, also, yeah, I'm going to ramble. There's going to be intros. I know that I've heard that's not too popular on YouTube now. If you don't want rambling and all that and going on and you want fancy backgrounds, this is just not the channel for you, honey. So that's all I'm going to say. There's plenty more out there. And this is one you don't really need to look at the screen to, you know, if you're doing other stuff, Lord knows that's my favorite thing to do. I put like one headphone in my ear and I go about my business. So if you just want to hear talking, check in every once in a while for this, you know, you might see some cute stuff with this little needy boy, but right, buddy. Oh, he's had a fun story if y'all have been with me for a while. Part of the new year, we're going to keep him happy and just healthy and all that good stuff, but I think he's the oldest boy, either him or Eddie. Y'all see Eddie in other videos a lot. What you want to do, buddy? But anyway, just talking to y'all. If you're new here, so I'm Jen. I'm 37. I live out in the middle of nowhere, East Tennessee. The most recent developments in my life, I have lost about 130 pounds in the last couple years, doing it the old-fashioned way. I'm on a budget, so that's part of it. And while working just a regular old job, and yeah, and just a little regular old house. Like I said, I don't have fancy backgrounds or anything. If you've been with me for a while, you know how it is. I didn't even set the angle. I found this little clippy-do thing I have that my phone clipped into, and that's what we're trying out, because I need something I can literally slap up and go, you know? So yeah, and this weird thing, just in case, this is a like upright bike. Not one of them fancy Peloton something or others. That'd be cool. I don't have room for that. One of those like old fold-up bikes that I have a bed sheet over. So just in case. And on the agenda today, I need to put my Christmas decorations up. And this is just like art journaling storage. So there you go. Buddy, I gotta shift you. I'm sorry. Let me put my, there we go. Let me put my leg up here. Is that okay? You don't like that. You don't like that. And I got cats. So yeah, that's part of it. Like I said, if you want something that's straight to the point, hashtagging this and the other, I do this as a hobby for fun on the side. But anyway, so let's talk a little bit about where I'm going this year, hopefully. So big thing is health, of course. The last couple years, I think I don't know how much weight I have left to lose, y'all. Like I said, I'm 37 and I've been morbidly obese for like 35 of those 37 years, other than the last 2 years. I've always been obese, and I've just really gotten it together the last couple years. I want to make some more just talking about that, because I feel like I can offer a perspective and also just give a hope to people that are like me and don't have resources to be able to pay for fancy things, procedures and medications and stuff. Not to poo-poo on those, but because those are tools that people have used very successfully to do it as well. But just to show that if you can't do that, you know, that wasn't in my budget, time-wise or money-wise, it's still possible, and it's you should still fool with it. You're worth fooling with it with. Does that make sense? But and just kind of offering some perspective on that. Also, just someone whose default is morbidly obese, and we're in new territory right now. But I've lost about 130 pounds. I reckon I think to get to a normal BMI level, I need to lose like 30 more pounds. I don't know. I think my BMI is about 29 right now. So I lucked out because I'm very tall. I guess for a woman, I'm 5'11". At my heaviest, I had shrunk down to 5'9". We're back at 5'11". I'm hoping I'm going to get back to my 6 feet. We'll find out. My knees don't like that though. But anyway, so definitely going to just continue on that trend this year. I don't set any specific weight loss goals for myself. I eventually want to do a whole video on that. That's one thing I think was a lot more successful for me this time, because when you've been obese that long, you've tried every diet, exercise plan, whatever that people are trying to suck money out of you to buy to try. If you want the real, tea, as they say, on any diet or weight loss. Who's that? Hold on. Sorry, thought I heard somebody. But if you want the real tea on weight loss or exercising or just whatever, talk to somebody who's been obese a long time. Tried it. Probably. I literally have a whole zip-up DVD case of workouts and things. Which I need to. I got me a little DVD player that hooks into the USB. I need to pull out some of those classic workouts or something. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? But yeah. Yeah, it's a whole nother video, whole nother day. But what was I talking about? The other reason I get distracted. Oh, I don't set specific weight loss goals for myself and everything. I just do what I need to do today. I do what I need to do for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I just keep it moving and keep consistent and keep adding on to that. And my weight's going to do what it's going to do. I know I need to just keep doing what I need to do, especially my weight fluctuates a ton, things like that. I am not, the scale is not the end all be all, everything, whatever. I just kind of do it just to make sure I'm heading in the right direction. And if there's a long period of time where no weight's coming off, then we need to reevaluate some things, because I found things in my diet before. Like I learned along this thing that as you lose weight, your calories that you need is less. Like I said, a whole new territory for me. I am dangerously close to Wonderland though, so that would be kind of cool. But it is what it is. It's going to happen. I'm going to do what I need to do to continue to add to my health and everything. So, and there's just so much more in the whole health space other than weight. There's just so much more. Oh, let me move this down so y'all can see the real star here. There you go. That's better, isn't it? Oh, good boy. But that's just something we're going to just continue to move toward that, learning more things. In that vein, I want to learn how to cook some more things. I really enjoy cooking now, y'all. It's kind of weird. I really enjoy my meal planning. I do once a week to prep for the following week. Like on the weekends, I prep for the week ahead. And Saturday mornings have just kind of become my little happy place where I, cook everything, get it all together, and I have been thoroughly enjoying it. If y'all have any recipes that you've been loving here lately, let me know. I definitely want to, share some more of that with y'all, because like I said, I do simple, cheap stuff. It's not, I make about everything I eat from scratch, so, I love it. It's just kind of been my happy place. I've gotten into a groove with it, so I've been really enjoying it. His little face. Oh my goodness. But that we're just gonna keep moving forward with that. So all that good stuff. Don't set specific goals, because when you're somebody who had as abnormal a relationship as I had with food, and I'm learning more about that, the last thing you want to do is create these little points where you're like, if I do this, I'm going to get a reward or whatever. Because you're probably going to reward yourself with, food that's not conducive to your health. So, whole nother story, whole nother day. But that's just staying on, and then just staying, doing movement every day. I just mainly do my walks at lunch. And I've been doing those every day now on my lunches or my breaks. Gosh, probably a year and a half now. very consistent. I really enjoy doing it. It's not some big like physical thing. It's mainly just circulation, mental health. It's been great. It's been great. But but I don't know if y'all can hear him purring. He is like a motor over here. But another, well, I guess this is a physical thing I definitely want to work on this year because I just really realized it yesterday. My flexibility, like on the part that I don't know the body parts and things like that, but like where the top of your legs kind of meet your waist, and then like the inner part of your upper legs and your lower back, things like that, I have got to work on flexibility there. My flexibility has gotten really poor. I did a workout yesterday and I had the house to myself, which is a rare occurrence. And so I got to lay out in the living room, and I kind of sat down and did my legs like in a V, and I was going to do those type of stretches. And I mean, I could not even bend forward. Just sitting like that on my butt with my legs in a V, I was feeling it bad. So I'm like, okay, this is a problem area. And I've had some weird hip pain and stuff. So that's something I have to concentrate on because, you know, that's your youth right there, is in your flexibility. So, and I think a lot of it is my legs are kind of correcting themselves as I'm getting weight off. I don't know that I've ever really showed y'all that, but my legs were so crooked. Like if these are my knees, my legs would go out like very knock-kneed, and it caused me a lot of problems like on my back and stuff. And there was even talk that one day I was going to have, you know, really intense surgery to correct that and things if it became a problem. But as the weight's coming off, my legs are like correcting themselves. So it was just them being, you know, I'm tall, I had a lot of weight, apple shaped, just them being under all that weight for so long, and they're correcting themselves. But I'm getting all these, like my gait's changing when I'm walking, and there's some things coming with that. And I think this, you know, activating these muscles that again have probably never been used. They're probably very atrophied and things, and my flexibility is not good there. So that's something I am going to focus on, getting that flexibility, getting stretches. I need to do that today. Maybe walk around the house a little bit. I need to do the floors. That's why I got my baseball cap on. My hair ain't even brushed today or nothing. Like I'm about to dust and mop and things. So I'm not about to fool with making myself up to dust and mop. But I had this baseball cap. It's the first one I bought in a long time. If you've been with me a long time, like almost 10 years ago, and I used to do haul vlogs and things. So I was having to go like to the hospital and stuff. There for a little bit. I always used to wear, if y'all remember, a pink baseball cap, and it had a rodeo rider on it. I was thinking about that today. I have no idea what happened to that hat. I love that hat, and this is the first one I bought since then, because where I was doing gardening outside, I needed something to, you know, protect my head from getting sunburnt, right? But yeah, I was thinking about that. I wear that pink hat all the time in videos. And I actually got that at a flea market. I can't remember if it was Sevierville or Pigeon Forge when I went with my best friend Shannon. I want to think 08, 09-ish. I just remember I got like a baseball cap, and we got pretty pocket knives. Is there anything more small town southern? We were so excited about them pocket knives. If you're watching, Shannon, I don't know if you remember that. I still got my pocket knives. We were just tickled. I had one that was like hot pink, and the other one was purple. I was just tickled to death. We, you know, a whole nother story on another day. So that's something I am working on for this year. The biggest thing, and I've come to realize it in, you know, getting my health together and stuff. All this stuff just goes together. And I just looked in the background. It looks like I'm literally sitting in like a bunker or something, but I swear it's not that cluttered in here. But the shelf is like full of stuff. This is just one shelf. Maybe I should have turned it this way. Well, too late now. We're just going with it. I live in a tiny, tiny little house. All of our rooms are multi-use. I don't have just a filming room. I don't have like those type of things don't exist. Maybe I'll try like a different location. I don't know. It just cracks me up. It looks like I'm like in a bunker somewhere, especially, I got my cat. I feel like I should do the evil villain thing. Y'all are watching Inspector Gadget. Oh my gosh, I love that show growing up. But what was his name? The Claw or something? With his cat, and the cat would go this is my evil villain mascot here. But anyway, but something I've come to realize is I have got to get better systems in my life. I have got to simplify things. So if anything else, or if there's any like central theme that I'll have this year, and I've talked about before, is simplify. And I've simplified a lot of things in my life the last couple years, and more so than simplifying, just removing the noise. I have learned one way I like to subconsciously sabotage myself in things is I will make things just as complicated as possible to complete. And that was one way I was falling short in weight loss before as well. But that's a whole nother video, a whole nother day. But it's not just weight loss, it's like in everything. So one big thing, I don't know if I can show you off. Okay, basically it's like a tote like this one over here, like this gray cube here, okay? And it's like 3 times that size. It's literally full of mail that I have to get to. So mail comes in, statements, things like that. Like, the important mail, not the junk mail. And I just throw it in this bin. And I'm like, I have to keep this. I know this needs to be filed, but I don't have time to fool with it. And now the bin is huge. So that's a big thing. I have got to, number one, get all that stuff filed away. So far, I keep bills in a very special pile. Those get paid like immediately because I know like it's just there's so much. Like my schedule's so tight, and I'm making that even more difficult on myself, if that makes sense. It's one reason, like when one little thing happens, you won't see me on YouTube for like 2 or 3 months because everything, I just have to go into like get it done mode, and everything's running so tight to start with. What are these noises? But everything's running so tight to start with that one little wrench just throws the whole machine off, if that makes sense. So I got to get that together. Like it's literally the thing, it's overflowing. I got to figure it out. It's kind of like when I had that whole incident with the scammer. And I'm having to look at all these online accounts I have and all this stuff. And it's just so much. Personal email. I'm going to tell you, I have not checked my personal email so long. I probably have 20,000 emails in there. Just keeping the house up, although the house is pretty clean. You wouldn't guess it from this. This is kind of the storage room and stuff too. So systems are slowly getting into place with there, because something that I've learned is my physical health is getting better, and my physical health has helped my mental health so tremendously. I could do a whole video on that, how much, like I didn't realize how much my weight and poor health was contributing to like anxiety and things. Right, Betty? But I've learned that my environment is getting better as I start that, like the house, the main rooms and stuff, like we keep them, it's like a whole different house. It's very bizarre. And my new kitchen floor, I still get happy every time I look at it. But I have got to get systems in place and continuing to simplify things, because I have just had to just make a big truth to myself that you do not have time to fool with all this. Like, I don't want 20 choices of things. I want like 2 or 3. I don't have time to fool with 20 things, but I have time to fool with 2 or 3. And with that as well, there's a lot of things I want to complete and do. And I just have to be honest with myself. Like, you do not have time for this. And just having all this around it's just going to sit there, and you're just going to have full with it. So just getting things in place, even down to the way like I organize my closet, and just getting systems in place, simplifying things to where it's just a nice, well-oiled machine, and more places in my life and just things I don't have to think about. It just works. So I've got to identify those bottlenecks, get that together, because I got to work and make a living. That's the bulk of my time. I was watching somebody's video, and I can't remember who at the moment, but they were talking about how when you're getting your health together, whether that be your diet, losing weight, whatever, that is its own part-time job. And I was like, wow. It just kind of hit me. So it's like, your full-time working job and then getting your health, it really is a part-time job because you have to find time for this stuff and to make it work in your life, whatever that schedule is. So I know the time I'm working with and things, so I have got to simplify things out. That's the theme of this year, continuing to simplify things and put systems in place. And I'm just one of these nerdy people. I love to just keep reorganizing things, seeing what works. I don't think this works. I don't think it does. But just continuing to do that and put things in place to where they work with minimal fooling with on my part. Kind of like we've gone around and, like I said, really cleaned up and simplified like all the rest of the house, all the furniture in the house. Everything is easy to move. It's easy to clean around. And I remember, if y'all been with me a long time, you remember how junked up my house used to be. Like really junked up, stuff everywhere, just stuff. We're just continuing. I've been on a declutter thing for years now. Y'all remember this office? It used to be like this bookcase back here. This used to be like floor to ceiling, the whole thing around. And I promise it's not. You wouldn't know it though, would you? But now we can go and like, I can do all the floors, sweeping and mopping them and dust and like the whole house in like 45 minutes to an hour if I'm doing ceiling to floor. Just doing things like that to where I can keep it clean very easily. Whereas before, when it was just stuff everywhere, it was a whole day ordeal just to try to get all that stuff together. So I know I quit petting. I'm sorry. I will go back to petting. But it was just a whole ordeal. So I don't know. Does that make sense? I'm not the most concise person. And I seen that the other day, like at work, I did the same thing because our workload's crazy right now. I'm in a company who's a little bit smaller, but is growing very rapidly. And the workload is growing because of that, but the staff is not at the same pace. So I'm having to look at processes and things that I'm doing and try to think of the logistics of it to be able to do things more efficiently. And I'm just like, why am I not doing this in my life? Like, why do we not have a system in here that will just work? And hopefully that's going to free me up. And you just have to, and I'm having to really evaluate and be honest about things, just like how I had to getting my health together. You can have delusions of grandeur all day, but you've got to live in reality. And it's kind of like I used to beat myself up for work days because I wasn't, doing these big workouts and stuff during the week. I just don't have time for it. So I do a walk during my lunch. That's what I have time for. And it's been working great. And just recognizing things like that. Does that make sense? So we're going to simplify. And continuing to do that. And just living in reality. Yeah, not a fancy resolution. Simplify, getting systems in place, being honest about what works, what don't. That's just kind of the theme of my life. And not over stressing about things. There are things that are stressful, but kind of have a solutions mindset to things, or, working out, trying things and not forcing things, just don't work. If it don't work and you're still forcing it, it's still not going to work. Like I was saying, it's kind of like with trying to fit videos in. I could fool around and, try to get dressed up, which y'all know I don't do that anyway. I don't wear makeup at all or fix my hair. I've had my hair, that's one thing I've done that simplifies. I think I've worn my hair in the same style for work. I just twist it up and put a little claw in there. I think I've done that every day for the last 3 years. And it's just something, you know, and I have my 5 to 7 outfits I wear. I don't have to think about it. I grab them, I go, done. That's something. But with YouTube, I got to figure out, like I said, fitting things in here. And it's, you know, doing minimal, maybe to no editing. I'm not worried about. This is real life, y'all. This is real life. It is what it is. I do this for fun, you know. I don't have a studio. I don't have a cameraman. I don't have anything like this. I do have a very good producer, supervisor here, you know. And just figuring out how I can share things with y'all, and maybe that streamlines it. I don't know. We will figure it out as we go. And like I said, I always appreciate y'all just sticking by me and putting up with me, basically. I've been on YouTube now. Oh my goodness. We are getting very close to 10 years, which is just wild to me. I think I started YouTube toward the end of my 20s, and now I'm 37, and there's been a lot of things. You know, my life has completely changed throughout this time now, like literally everything. I remember when I started on here, I started because I had moved back to this town. I was having a hard time finding employment because recession. Lord, I hope we don't have another one of them. Any of y'all that lived through that last one, Lord have mercy. That's crazy. And you know, starting my career, and now I've been in my career going on 7 years now, and now, you know, going through health things, now getting my health together. Y'all were here for when we discovered this boy. So he's here. You got to see him go through his grumpy phases here. It's just so much. Like, I would really like to do some, like, introspective stuff, too, because I feel like my mental health is to a point now where I think I might be able to look back on some old videos of mine. Before, I couldn't do it. I couldn't watch things. I just don't know. I know I'm rambling. That's okay, though. I enjoy the longer videos on YouTube where people are just rambling and talking. Like I said, I put them in my ear and do that. I know I want to get up to some things with y'all, and I got to be honest with myself and do it in a way that I can do consistently. And, you know, not worry about if I can only put up, you know, 2 videos a week. If I only put up 1, hey, we'll do it. So maybe I won't disappear for months at a time. Lord have mercy. I blink and it goes by. And like I said in my kind of comeback video, I'll be honest with you, it's just really hard for me to just sit down at the computer. Even sitting here is crazy. I just want to get up and move. And I think it's because I'm stuck in an office chair for 8 hours a day or more throughout the week. But anyway, I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm not used to talking like this as much anymore. Oh, hello. He's reaching for me. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh, Chunky. We got to work on your weight too, my friend. Oh, Chunky. Oh, you hate me so much right now, but you're purring. Oh, what a good Woggy. I know, I added W to the front. This is Auggie. Auggie, Auggie, Auggie. Yes, I just kissed your litter-dusted head. Oh, look at him. What a good boy. Let's do the chin scratches. Let's do the chin scratches. Aw. But thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know what you just think about these set-down casual, just like sup type videos. I'm going to get to it. I'm getting hungry, so I think since it's my day off, I'm going to roast me up a spaghetti squash. I'm going to roast me up some Brussels sprouts with, you know, tossed in some oil, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And then I got some chicken thighs. I already made up a tray of them. I think that's what I'm going to get up to eating. That sounds pretty good. What do you think, Auggie? We'll get you some kibble. We'll get you some kibble. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate it. And I will see y'all again, hopefully here soon, with something else. Bye, y'all.